What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the ABJ Podcast with my guest, Al Deniro. What's going on, everybody? We're here, still grinding away in 2025 on the quest for 10,000 subscribers over on YouTube. So if you're watching this live on YouTube, thank you. Make sure you smash that thumbs up button. If it's your first time, hit subscribe. Share this out. Tell people what you think about it. If you're listening on the audio side of platforms, whether it be Spotify, Google, wherever, on podcasts, Apple Podcasts, I don't know. I don't have an iPhone. Wherever you find those, 5-star reviews go a long way. Help us grow. Help us get out there. Word of mouth's how it's going to do it. I'm very DIY. I'm not paying algorithms. I'm not paying Google. I'm not throwing money to billionaires to push my content. If people like it, you guys will do your thing, and I appreciate that. And you guys have been killing it, so thank you so much. We're on this long journey, season 3 of the ABJ podcast. I've had a lot of people come on the podcast as returning guests. I had those this year. I've had people who I've done 5 questions with ABJ with, which is a shorter, condensed version of a lot of the content I make. And this is one of those guests who has done both. So I'm very excited to have the long form podcast as well. Before we get into anything, please support my links below. I have my links for myself where you can follow me on social media, grab some merchandise, we have limited edition merchandise that you can only get for a limited run, or we have the logos that you can get all the time on Teespring or TeePublic. Also, we have the Ruta Entertainment above my head. If you want to be your own championship material and hold a great belt, but you can't earn one in a company, or you can't get in the ring like one of these warriors, you can go to Rudy. He's got you covered. That's how I got mine. And I am the Intercontinental YouTube champion, the work rate champion. No one works harder than this guy. I promise you. Sitting behind me, I have another title there, behind a few other titles by Ruda. They are great, affordable prices. He works with you. He's so talented at what he does. If you can dream it in your brain, he can make it. Or if maybe you don't want to give WWE Shop some money, you can get them from him as well. Maybe WWE Shop has those old titles with the WWE logo, but you want that old school F. He can get it done for you. So go hit him up. Rudy Entertainment is amazing at what he does. And you too can be championship material. Also, the High Tension Wrestling Network, who also hosts this podcast platform. It'll air on their channel the same day, but a little later on. Trying to get their watch hours up where they make great content. And my guest is someone who frequently appears over on High Tension Wrestling. So that's always awesome to see as well. Without further ado, let's bring in that guest, Mr. Al Deniro.
Oh, it is a pleasure and indeed an excitement time to be here.
Oh man. I'm very excited for this one. I want to say real quick, as I say this many times in the podcast, and it stays true. There's a few times where people pop in where I say, hey, I need a guest real quick. Who wants to do this? They hit me up. I do a quick scan through and I just say, hey, let's have a conversation. Because this is not so much, hey, I'm going to go research you and find out and ask your deep, dark stuff. This is a conversation. This is 2 people meeting at a bar. This is genuine getting to know each other's style conversation. But I'm very fortunate to have conversations with people I work with on a regular basis or have worked with and really get to know on a personal level. And then if I have that connection, I'm like, man, there's more to this. I would love to deep dive more with you. You are one of those people. I honestly think your work rate, your professionalism, your what they say is if you ever want to make it in the business, the best thing you can be, whether talented or anything else, is a good hang. You're a good person to be around. You're a good conversation. You're not bringing drama. You're not causing problems. I tend to fall in that category sometimes. Yeah, it is what it is. I'm a little hothead, and if I see something I don't like, I'm definitely going to say it. It's the Italian Irish. I can't help it. But you're very more professional in that aspect than me. But also, you're a workhorse, man. Like anything that's needed of you at shows. I've seen you carry boards. I've seen you set up rings, break down rings, set up chairs, work a match, go back out, help other people. Like you are an unsung hero in this business, and I'm really, really happy to now see you getting more opportunities in some, I would say, pretty high profile places in Pennsylvania.
Yeah, man. Because at the end of the day, I mean, when the thing is that a lot of people, when they get to that particular part in their careers, they automatically think to themselves, "Oh, I already wrestled, man. I ain't got to help out with this. I ain't got to help out with that." But you don't understand that you're probably going to have to do the same stuff when you make it to the mainstream. Mm-hmm. So you do go to the main lines like TNA, ROH, AEW, WWE. You're probably going to be doing the same thing. You're probably going to be moving rings. You're probably going to be, helping out with the text or props and all that stuff. I mean, you never forget where you come from. That's just me. I mean, I'm always keep myself humble because at the end of the day, it's like, yeah, man, You can't just like, just thinking to yourself, you're just going to just skyrocket like overnight. Rome wasn't built in a day, if that's the expression. I'm not sure. But anyway, I just make sure that I just, never forget where I come from, because I don't want to think to themselves like, oh, he's just another person who was just full of it and just so obnoxious and doesn't even want to, like, nah. Listen, we all in this together. At the end of the day, we are all in this together. We're all trying to make it to that one particular destination, and we cannot be like crabs in a bucket pulling each other down. No, we got to be like ants, and we got to build that, that ladder. That's what we have to do.
Yeah, and you have ties to some pretty impressive ants, Yeah. So I say this too. There's a lot of people who do that. They come in, they set the ring up for a couple of weeks. They come to a couple months shows. They set the ring up, then they get in the spot on the card, and then they think, well, I'm on the card. I don't gotta do that no more. And they're like, well, why am I not in your card anymore? I'm like, probably because you stopped doing all that work. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. I personally don't set rings up for two reasons. A, my joint disorder. I'm not trying to throw it back out because I have work to go to the next day. And two, I don't get in that ring. I'm not setting something up that I don't know what I'm doing, and there's a lot of people's safety at risk in there, and I'm not fucking something up.
Hey man, listen, look,
I'll set chairs up. I'll put chairs around the ring. I'll set up commentary. I'll help with any production you need. I feel like it's like a tool to a job, and if you set up a tool improperly, it can cause problems,
Yeah, most definitely. Yeah, that's just me too. I mean, like it is something. It does take a toll sometimes, especially when you got to lift up those pulses and those boards, and it's a lot. But
I try to never go into a ring unless I absolutely have to. Like if there's a thing like you're 100%, I know 100% I'm able to step between those ropes. I don't make it a point to even really go near, unless like you're ring announcing, you're in there for a spot, but like I don't go near it. It's not that's your workspace. My workspace is to watch you from that area and call the action. I try not to go near it.
Hey man, shoot. That's how it is. That's how it be at times.
Yeah. I find that's sacred ground, and you have to earn the step between those ropes. Yeah. Let's start from the beginning. Baby Al here. When did you fall in love with professional wrestling?
So I fell in love with professional wrestling when I would say, and this is right around the Monday Night Wars. This is when when WCW was like on the rise, and this is when WWF was trying to figure out what we doing. Like, so I ran, like I say, at the age of 7, 8. I mean, I was around my father and around my uncle because both of them are big wrestling fans. My father was more on the my dad was on the WWE or F side, and my uncle Kev was like more on the WCW side because his guys were Diamond Dallas Page, Bill Goldberg, Sting, the Outsiders. I'm just gonna say Scott Hall and Scott Hall and Kevin Nash, because we're not gonna talk about brother. But then my dad, he liked the Farouk when he was with the Nation of Domination, and he liked the Shawn Michaels, Triple H, Bret Hitman Hart, and all that stuff. So like it was like I had a taste of both worlds, and that was amazing. I mean, of course, I had to go to sleep at a certain time because he wasn't allowing me to watch ECW, so that was just a thing. But
that's fair. That's fair.
It was just that, it was like I had the best of both worlds, and it was like I always, when I went to school, I did what I was supposed to do, and then when I got home, I was always looking forward to like, oh, I'm going to be in my dad's room, or I'm going to be in my uncle's room, like whose room I'm going to be into, and it was like I felt in love with that because it was like it was something. But when I watched like my first WrestleMania, I felt like, which was WrestleMania, I think this is when, if I'm not mistaken, I think this was WrestleMania, was it 12 or 13? It was one of the WrestleManias when Shawn Michaels was the champion and Stone Cold won his first WWE championship.
Oh shit!
So I think that was 13.
That's where Tyson knocked him out, right?
Exactly. Yeah. So I think that was 13. Yeah, I think that was 13.
I suck at putting what show happened. I'm not good with that. I can't. People are like, "Oh, AEW Revolution, this match." I'm like, I remember the match. I can't remember what show it was on.
yeah, I remember now. Yeah, I remember now. It was WrestleMania 13 because WrestleMania 14 is when The Rock and Stone Cold was wrestling.
Yeah, Sean walked away from the company for a while at 13.
Yeah, so that was the year. So that's when that literally just like it really like got me hooked. And then I just started watching everything ever since. So when I was watching them, then I was watching WCW. And then, of course, when the merger happened, I was like, oh, all right, this is the only thing. And then, little and behold, around 2002, 2003, this is when I found out about TNA when they came out. And I was looking, I was like, holy crap, there goes Jeff Hardy. I'm like, I thought he was with WWE. And then you see, other people like Marcus Carvant, and then you see freaking AJ Styles, Samoa Joe, James Storm, Rod Rue. Like, I was like, okay, now this is getting interesting. Like, this is when I started to realize that, okay, maybe this, like the brand I was watching before, this is not the only brand. And then you got multiple things. And then it was just like every 5, every 10 years is like, even though I was falling in love with wrestling, I started to learn and realize that there were different styles. And like everything was just, it was like flavors in an ice cream parlor. There's how I can put it. It was just every flavor. It was amazing.
Why do you think it is that people, especially in today's times or in any of those times, why do you think more people gravitate to the WWE, WWF side of things and don't really fall into the trap, like it more into the AEWs, the TNAs, the WCWs, the ECWs? Why do you think most people, when they become the tribalistic style, why do you think they only stick with one and not try to experience the others?
I don't mean to steal it from a movie, but this is what Morgan Freeman used to say off of Shawshank Redemption, which was institutionalized. Everyone was institutionalized for watching WWE because that was the only thing that was happening.
Mm-hmm.
And they thought to themselves, right there, that's what wrestling is all about. But then they don't really, and then they keep ignoring the fact that, like, they don't see the other like action parts of like what AEW does and stuff. They don't see the moments when, what TNA Impact does, or they don't see the developmental parts and the raw and the the grit with ROH. Like, I feel as though like, they were just so hooked on the main one and they don't even understand like there's more things. And I feel like it's like whoever's leading them to just think that and make them believe that instead of them thinking for themselves. So I feel like they got institutionalized to where they could just watch this one brand instead of just watching the other brands.
Yeah.
So I think that's what it is.
It comes down to, like, I'm an Office fan.
Mm-hmm.
And you can jump in to an episode, season 7, whatever, watch it and be like, okay, that was entertaining, but I don't get a lot of the jokes. I don't, because you're not connected to the characters. You're not connected to the long-term story. You're not connected to like the history of what happened in season 1 all the way through. And like how you said, people are become institutionalized where WWE has been, the history. If you've been anywhere near the business, you understand the characters and where they come from. And when the legend shows up, you're excited. Other companies try to use the legends in other places, but they're using the legends on the other person's institutionalized brand to make them over. And it's everyone always kind of feels like the stepbrother to that company. But yeah, I totally agree with what you're saying. Yeah. So growing up, what type of kid were you? Were you an athlete? Were you the theater kid? Where did you fall into line?
Ooh, oh wow. Okay, so here's a fun, really truthful part. I was trying to be the athlete, but never was the athlete. That was the thing. Like it's weird. It's crazy. Like theater wise, like I would, like I mean, I'm a big dude. Yes. So the thing is that pretty much watching television, that was just my thing. I would just watch a whole lot of television. So that's why all the references and everything, that's where you get it all from. So when I hit a little Bernie Mac, that's exactly, I've been watching too much Bernie Mac show, or watching. Like stand-up comedies and watching dramas, scary movies, horror, this, that, or the third. But when it came to the athletic part, it was like I was trying to get myself into sports, but I couldn't get into like basketball, football, and stuff like that. Let's see. When I was trying out for basketball in high school, they cut me because I missed a 3, which I find like that's just really messed up because I got a steal and I got an assist and I got a block. Well, all right, I play good defense. They should at least put me on the team, okay? You have me as a defensive lock, okay? Listen, Tony Allen was a good defensive player. He wasn't the greatest player, but he was a good defensive player. Hey, Kobe Bryant approved. God rest his soul. But
Rodman he would die for a rebound. That's pretty much all he's known for, but he would die for that rebound. Yeah.
Exactly. And then when I tried to play football, I didn't play football because I was able to play in the Pee Wee because Pee Wee football was like okay and all, but at the same time I had a bunch of like people who was just there to be there. Like I felt like they were just doing Pee Wee football just because like they felt like it was community service. I'm like, come on, man, we kids. We just want to play football. Like teach us how to play the game.
Yeah, it's a bunch of
And
parents that are trying to live vicariously through their kids, coaching their
yeah,
kids and trying to make Pee Wee football like the NFL.
yeah. And then when I was trying to play football in high school, it was like, oh, you got to get a physical and stuff. So I was like, okay. So I went to my dad. I was like, yo, pops, we need to make like an appointment to get a physical at at the clinic or the hospital or whatever. He's like, well, go make it. I'm like, pops, I'm 15 years old. Like, I need a parent or guardian. Like, I can't just go by myself. So I just quickly thought and assumed that I didn't have no health insurance. So I don't know. I was like, you know what? I'm just
gonna stay home and watch Def Jam comedy. That's it.
Yeah, so that's basically what it was. That's basically what it was. So yeah, as a kid, yeah, I wasn't able to play a lot of sports. I mean, I did play street basketball. So like every time my friends was like, yo, you want to go outside and play ball? I was like, all right, cool, bet. So definitely was playing a lot of basketball. Definitely a lot of football outside. So it was like when I had friends, and when they was like, yo, I'll come out with us, let's go play ball, that stuff. Oh yeah, I was out and about. We
probably call the same thing. I think sports for us as men are kind of like that's what you have to do. But as soon as I got home, I was like, all right, give me my Xbox, give me my Nintendo 64. I want to put on my cartoons. I want to like it's almost like you're forced to be a kid, and then there's a group of kids who are the athletes outside to fit in with everybody else. But at home, they're like, give me my wrestling, give me my horror. Like you're very pop culture driven, and I think that's why me and you relate a lot because mine is the anime. You have the anime side. I'm just now dipping my toe in and still hating it, but I'm trying.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
man. Anime is like, man, listen, man. Man, I blame my dad for that one because like when back to like the watching TV and stuff like that, I guess my dad, he did this by accident because I feel like the first anime I watched, of course, was Dragon Ball Z, but he had this on cassette tapes though, and the thing was that we was watching them before they got English dub, so I was watching, Broly, the legendary Super Saiyan all when they was cursing in Japanese. So I was like, dang, they don't be saying this in America, and then, my uncle was like showing like Gundam, Thundercats. I was just like,
that's what I haven't heard in forever. Gundam. I remember that being huge. People love Gundam.
Yeah, Gundam was. Oh man, Gundam was.
I thought Gundam was Power Rangers. I was like, "Yo, Power Rangers evolved into this," and they're like, "What?" I was like, "The robots, right? That's the same." And they're like, "That's not the same thing." I was a Power Rangers kid, and then I seen Gundam. I was like, "Oh, they don't even fight in the suits anymore. They're just in the suits, like the mechs." And they're like, "Get away from us! Get away from."
Yeah, man. That was man. I'll probably have to go back and watch Gundam, man.
So since the last time we spoke, I have watched now not everything, right? I'm only a couple episodes here and there, but here's what I've experienced. I've watched Demon Slayer.
Oh, that's a good one.
I'm into it. I like it. I think it's pretty decent. I don't hate it. I don't hate it, but it's not like I need to watch another one, if that makes sense. Yeah. I watched the only one that almost had me at like, oh, I need to see the next one. But the problem is I start TV too late at night and then I start falling asleep. I can't like start my day and watch TV. I have to go do things and then TV's my unwind. But I started watching Death Note. I liked Death Note.
Oh boy.
The second, no spoiler alert, but the second that, or maybe a little bit of spoiler, the second he does his things with the book and then the detective agency gets involved and they air the video of like, this person did this. And then they're waiting for the person to see if he writes him in the book to kill him. And then he's like, all right, I know exactly who you are because I've only aired this here, and here. But it was like he kind of like showed the notebook that like I have you pinpointed to a certain town now. Like he immediately took this wide geographical thing and in one episode said, "Bink, you're here." And I was like, "I'm in. This is that's good writing. That's good writing."
That Death Note was talking mushroom. Jesus Christ. Joe, you gotta go to church for that one. Woo!
Yeah, that was really good. And the demon's really cool. I watched the movie and everyone was mad at me that I liked the movie, but it's William Dafoe is a really cool looking demon. I'm in. You know what I mean? Like
he do look like
well, he was the voice. He was the voice of the demon in the movie.
Yeah, I mean at the same time, I mean, and even if he was, he definitely can't play what's your name? Because he does got the face for it. Like, come on, he was the Green Goblin for Christ's sake.
Yeah. And then I've watched a handful of episodes of because Lily and her kids Lily's getting into it because her kids love it, but I watched a little bit of My Hero Academia.
Oh, that's much. Wait, hold up. Wait.
Is that your favorite?
That's one of my favorites, man. Definitely one of my favorites.
I try to watch it with a bunch of for watching it with Lily and her kids make more sense. First time I watched it, it was a bunch of kids my age, a bunch of grown men my age, and we're watching just people cry over and over and over and over. Like every episode, they're bawling, they're crying. Everyone's and I'm in a room with a bunch of people. I look over and they're all crying. I'm like, I'm out. I'm out of here. I'm going.
Well, shoot. Well, listen. Well, at least y'all wasn't watching One Piece. One Piece will make you cry. Now, I ain't gonna lie. I'm a One Piece person, but that joke definitely make you cry because basically, like everybody has a sad backstory, which is nuts.
Oh, they always do. It's always here's the thing. Here's what I learned about at Japanese animation. It's always a young child who just saves the world all the time. It's never like he's 35 years old. It's like he's 15 and his mom's like, get out of the house. It's Pokemon. It's literally like, congratulations, you're 11. Here's a wild beast. Go take on the world. Go fight adults.
That is actual facts too. She's like, hey, here's a Pikachu. I want a Pikachu. I want a Charizard, a Bulbasaur, a Squirtle. No, you get a Pikachu now. Get out of my house. Be a Pokemon master and win that prize money so we can pay this darn rent.
Yeah. I'm sick of using these Pokemon as slaves. Chansey's cooking breakfast. Like, please, God, just go win. Oh man. And then Lily watches. I don't hate it, but it's a lot different too. The one with the bald kid with the arrow on his head.
Hold on.
They control the elements. They're element people.
Oh wow.
What was it? Avatar.
Oh, Avatar, the Last Airbender. Oh,
yeah, okay. Yeah. She likes that one a lot. But that's not a kid, right? He's like a grown-ass man who looks like a kid.
So basically, he's like a monk, but it's like I guess he's like a reincarnate. Like he's actually an older person, but he's reincarnated as a kid, if I'm not mistaken.
But yeah, they're like, all right, he's 1,000 years old, but we need to still make him look like he's 11. We need to fit that. We need to keep the stereotype going.
That's what it was. That's exactly what it was. Shoot. That man still will give you a 1. It's definitely make you do the 1-2 step.
I'm growing though. I'm evolving as an anime person. I'm not super in, but I'm slowly. Like I said, I'm slowly. I know more anime names than I did ever before. Like, yeah,
hey, it'd be like that at times. It'd be like that.
Yeah, I love that. We'll listen. If you guys like the pop culture talk, I'm sure we'll dive back in at least 7 more times in this interview.
Probably. Most definitely. Probably, most definitely.
Yeah. When did you start to pursue the industry of professional wrestling, and how did you get started?
All right. Okay, here we go. We're about to go on a roller coaster ride for this one. All right. So I would say around 2013 and 2012 and 2013. So I felt like this was the time where I thought that I was going to be able to be cut out for this. And when I was trying to go out for it, this was like at a bad time. And when I mean by bad time, I mean by financially. And it was just like, it was financially where I was living at. And also the IRS came at me because my mom messed up my taxes. So it was like a bad time. It was bad timing on that one. In that particular moment, I had like I would say like a 5-6 year hiatus. And it took me a while to get back. And the thing
were you still at the same school, or did you go to a first?
Oh, I was at a different school. So I was at CCW's dojo when they was in Philadelphia, when they was running the school and the show out of the arena at the time. And so I was only there for like a month, like 2 months and a half, and then things go IRA around like February. Like that's around, of course, tax season. So everything was going bad. And when I was trying to get myself back like on a high horse, I was still working at a dead-end job. Like they wasn't letting me pursue after professional wrestling because I really wanted to do it. I was like, everyone was like, oh, damn, how you can, you're getting bigger and this and the third, because my job, I was a banquet houseman. So I was lifting things constantly every single day. And then they was like, you should go to the gym. So I was going to the gym. And then they was like, so are you still doing the wrestling thing? I was like, I'm going to get back to it. It was like I was trying to get the passion back. Mm-hmm. And then sadly, I lost one of my cousins. And then like the thing was that he was one of the people that was telling me like, yo, Al, you need to go back to you need to go to wrestling because there's nothing in Philly. Like there's nothing for you here. So go for wrestling. This is you. You have you have the body type. You have the charisma. You have all these things. and two of my cousins was telling me that. And then like 1 year, one passed away. And then around 2018, the one who was like really pushing me to go forward to it, he got taken away. And I went to my uncle's wedding.
You said cousins. How old are they?
Oh, they was around the same age as me. They was like, I mean, at this time, I mean, if it was alive today, they would be at least 35 and 30.
Too young.
Be like 34 and 35. Yeah,
way too young.
Yeah. So they got their lives taken away when they was like 20. Yeah, they got their lives taken away when they was like 20.
Did they get caught up in stuff they weren't supposed to? Was it like an accident? If you don't want to speak on it, you don't have to.
Oh no. I'm good. Like they got murdered, which was messed up.
That's a living in the city. Like if you're in I don't want to say I hate when people once again, someone who grew up in a poor white neighborhood who then, like we were talking before the cameras went on, I was the only white dude in my group of friends for a while. And then I went to other neighborhoods. I'm like, oh, there's no difference between black neighborhood and white neighborhood. It's essentially poverty. And where there's poverty, there's going to be crime because people are more desperate to make a buck.
Yeah. And I mean, and it kind of sucks because I mean, they had families, man. They got little ones that they was looking after when they were babies and stuff, and now they still have to, grow up without their fathers, and we have to keep reminding them that their fathers were good men. But after that, I went to my uncle's wedding, and he was just telling me, he was saying the same thing that my cousins were saying, and everybody in the wedding was just saying, "Yo, Al, like go for this, like don't hesitate, go for wrestling. This is you." So
the uncle you would go in the room and watch wrestling with.
Yes. Yeah. So then I went to go. So then I was looking up schools and stuff like that, and then I went. Oh, I was this close of going back to CCW. I was like, no. And then when the Wrestle Factory was in Philadelphia, and once they posted saying, "Oh, here's a free workshop," yada yada, and I was like, "The heck with it." And that's when I went there. I went there around, I believe, on August of 2018. I was like around 20. I was 27. Once I got in there, like I learned a bunch of things and stuff, and then I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go for it. Then I started doing part-time classes, like I was doing the 101s and the 201s. A bunch of people, which, you know what? Yep, I might as well say their names anyway, because actually they're still good. They're still great. And they are one of, they're basically the pillars of my existence. So when I came across people like Weber Hatfield, Devontae, Danger Hawk, Sonny DeFarge.
Love them.
When they was telling me like, yo, Al, you really, you're really doing the thing and you really like improving, like come for the full time, man. Like, you got this.
They're very motivating people too. They're good humans in this business. All four names you just said.
Yeah, I love them, man. I love them, man. I love those brothers. I mean, and the crazy thing about it is, and here's a fun fact too. This is around the same time when me and Matt Quay was in the same class. That's crazy. Yeah. So they see me, they see Matt Quay, like they was like, yeah, man, y'all could just go full time. And then once that happened, 2019, like I was just training. Like I was just straight up training. Like every time when my friends was like, yo, Al, we about to go out to this party or, such and such. I'm like, yo, I can't come. They're like, why not? It's like, yeah, because I'm helping out with this show here. We, we're setting up the ring and stuff in Delaware. We're setting up the ring in Reading, PA. We're setting up the ring, in Jersey. Like we're doing a lot of things. Like I can't go.
And subliminally, your family went through some tragic loss, losing people too young because the streets are not a safe place to be sometimes. And professional wrestling puts you in an environment where you're not around any of that. If you're at a show on a weekend, you're not out in the streets, possibly at a party, even just trying to be anything, just getting caught up in something you may not even want to be caught up in.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, for instance, like as like back then, my dad used to call me. He's like, "Yo, what are you doing?" I'm in the house. Doing the house doing what? And then such and such. He's like, man, you got to get yourself out here somewhere. I'm like, Pops, I'm not going out there. But now it's like, now my dad calls me, yo, Al, what you doing? Oh, I'm at a show at such and such. Oh, cool. Really? He's like, yeah. He's like, did you win or did you lose? Or then we start chatting it up and stuff like that. But the fact is like, now my dad can call me and don't have to worry about me being out here with the nonsense. Like he knows that I'm doing a better thing out here for me and try to be great for myself. So that's
I
great.
love that. I love
Yeah.
that.
So, but yeah, back to like training from 2019. And then 2020, like when, like I said, when Jakara was still a thing. In 2020, like I was this close. Like it was like myself, Abby Jane, and I think his name is Ali now. We was about to be called up to the main line here, like the main line of the shows, and they was going to start using us. And then of course the pandemic hit, and then of course the Speak Out movement happened and stuff like that. And then things went irate. And then when the
and then you became golden, right?
Oh Lord. Yeah. So for those, okay, you know what? Oh, screw it. We might as well go for it anyway. So for those who were paying attention, and for those who recognize the tattoos, oh yeah, I was the Golden Terror. Yeah. My locks were shorter. That mask was tight. And I did not like it once a bit.
And they put you in a match against Isaac Rule, and for some reason, I couldn't stop saying the Golden Rule. I did that match on commentary 6 times. They kept like, yo, you called him the Golden Rule again. I'm like, I don't know why it's in my brain. I have horrible. If like I just had a while back on in the episode. I almost said it wrong again because I had to think about it. Rulio. He's a catch point student.
Mm-hmm.
Did I say no? Rulo. Mm-hmm. I say Rulio because I don't know why my brain does it, but it's Rulo. And I said his name wrong on commentary in one of his big moments, and I was like, "I'm so sorry, it's my stupid brain." And I did it to you as when you were the Golden Terror.
Oh,
I almost said the Golden Rule. Over and over and over again. But yes, we go back to our Camp Leapfrog days, which by the way, I know this is going to air later, but we're actually doing. I'm starting to do. I did one episode where we watched it and then talked about it, but we're going to do watch along podcasts where we're going to say, hey, we're going to talk about this. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to put on an old school wrestling show, and myself and Lily are going to watch it and talk about it. But the first ones we're going to start with, I'm going back and rewatching all the Camp Leapfrog with Lily so she can see, because she's now meeting everybody in the business, but now she's going to kind of see my journey and why I became friends with you and Weber and Shay and Edith and Sunny and like kind of see that progression of Camp Leapfrog. So that's pretty exciting. I can't wait for her to, yeah.
You about to start cracking up. I'm just like, who the hell is this? This looks like a big giant mustard. What is that? You look like a Magnum condom. What is going on here? Oh,
you look like Black Rocky from Rocky Horror Picture Show. You had the gold trunks.
Yo, oh my God, man. I was out here looking like a Magnum ice cream bar. Like, oh God, I can't. I simply can't. Like, I'm out here looking like the freaking, what was that dude name with the golden bullet off of Dexter's Laboratory? Like, that's what I look like. I look like that dude. Like, I'm done.
Was that a gimmick that was given to you at Chikara that you carried over to Leapfrog, or was that something at Leapfrog they gave you?
That was something that Leapfrog they gave me. I actually initially was trying to do Al Deniro, but the person who was booking at the time did not think that Al Deniro was going to be anything. So that's why I was given the Golden Terror gimmick. And I was like, at first, like I was trying to fight like to bring Al Deniro to life, but I was like, you know what? I'm just going to take it for what it is. And then once, things had died down, and of course, when, HT, when Camp Leapfrog was like, kind of went under wraps and
they
stuff
went
like
through
that.
their thing, yeah,
they went through their thing, and then that's when shout out to Watts, Alec Watts. He was like, yo, Al, you want to be Al Deniro? Be Al Deniro. Go ahead, bro. And I was like, hey, you ain't saying nothing but a word. So that's when I came out with the stuff and everything, and they was like, all right, cool. And yeah, man, it's just been history after that.
Well, let's walk through the character. What is the name, the name, the idea, and what is the gimmick of Al Deniro?
So Al Deniro is pretty much, as you all guys can guess it, Al, which is part of Al Pacino, Deniro, which is part of Robert De Niro. So pretty much to me, those are two of my favorite actors. Al Deniro is basically a showman who's, who lives his life like a movie. I may say it's like a theater, but he lives his life like a movie, like like a drama, a comedy, a horror, an action, adventure, whatever you want to make it. Basically, I would say he just lived for the moment. That's basically what he is. He's that person that's always just thrive for like the big time and always wanted to try to entertain not only himself but for his peers. So that's something that that's what Al Deniro is all about.
Yeah,
he's all about being with the people, stuff like that. He's like basically like I say, if you put The Rock and you put Keith Lee, you wrap them together. That's basically what you got right there.
I love it.
Yeah.
What were the beginning stages? I know we kind of talked about bad gimmicks and sticking yourself and stuff you're uncomfortable with, but what was the beginning stages of you finding your place in professional wrestling?
Oh boy. So the beginning stages. It be like messing around with certain things. Like I was trying to like, oh boy, when we was doing like incubator matches and stuff, like I was trying to think, I was trying to come up with a couple of things. Like I was trying to be there. I was thinking about being a luchador with like being like an Elgato or something. That's what I was thinking about at first. Like I wanted to be a cat guy. I don't know why. Because I was watching too much Black Panther. So I was like, you know what? Wouldn't it be kind of dope if I be like, Elgato?
You always became Bearcat Wright Jr.
Yeah, pretty much. Like I would have been that. Like, oh Lord, I would have gave Stun Cat a run for his money. But yeah, I was thinking about that at first, and then I was like, you know what? That's probably not going to be it. That's not going to be it for me because I'm 6'1", and the thing was that I was packing on. It was like my weight was fluctuating between 200 and 210 at the point.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like sometimes I'm feeling light, sometimes I'm feeling heavy, but it was like that's where it was at first. And it was like, yeah, it was like very troubling at first. Like I just didn't know like how to bring it, all together. Because it was like I wanted to make sure I don't fit, the same build like every other person's. Because like I remember somebody said this, like you don't want to be just an angry black guy every single time because that's all you see every single promotion. I'm like, kind of thinking, like, yeah, I ain't trying to be like Ezekiel Elliott. Like he's just angry all the time. I'm like, why are you so angry, bro? You big Cotton Diesel swole. What you angry for?
In this industry, we talk about how women's wrestling has changed dramatically over the years, but even people of color in professional wrestling, especially on the mainstream thing, unless you work for a promotion that is like Lucha Underground did Spanish wrestling justice because it was based in Spanish wrestling. If you go to CMML, you're going to be based in Spanish wrestling. It's going to work for you. But black culture in wrestling hasn't really had its own place. It hasn't had its own place where black entertainers can be different characters. When you make them mainstream wrestling, you're either the thug criminal or you're the angry black power character. You know what I mean? Like, and when other wrestlers try to break that mold and be something else, it's a lot of, and I'm not trying to hate here, but it's a lot of white writers trying to write for a culture they don't understand.
Yeah, and that just throws me off times, man. Like it really does. It just throws me off. Like I remember somebody told me this too. Like I ain't gonna say their names, but they did tell me about a story when they said that they went up to I believe Massachusetts, and it was like somebody was saying that he should be like I'm trying to think of like I forgot what kind of gimmick it was, but it was just like extremely not comfortable for him and all, because he's
probably
black and all.
Stereotypical and disgusting.
Exactly. And he was like, what's wrong with what I have? What I have, is dope. Like everybody would stick with it. So why would I mess up what I have and make something that is just idiotic?
I still think we have a long way to go when it comes to people of color in professional wrestling. I think we're getting a lot better. I think because we're at a point now, especially on the indie scene, we have promotions that are black talent only promotions where everybody in that promotion is people of color. I think that's a good thing. I think that shows because the wrestling is a good old boy sport. It's a down south rich white dude good old boy sport, and it took almost 20 years or 30 years for its first black champion. You know what I mean? Like it's come a long way, but it still has a lot more to go. Where it's okay to see other people in gimmicks and they don't have to be stereotypical. Because wrestling was also insert blonde hair, blue eye, white savior, and enter the foreign heel. You know what I mean? And if they didn't have the foreign heel, they're like the person of color heel. You know what I mean? Like we're rewriting that history now. So it is nice to see people coming in like, no, I'm gonna stick to my gimmick and do what I want and find myself.
Yeah, like I'm very happy that we're like getting to that part to where we're like, we're slowly but surely is like up to a rise of, in good interest. I definitely like to see everyone win and stuff. Just like, I just hope that like we, even though we are building, and the culture and stuff like that, it's like we don't want, we don't make sure that we don't be just like them, just like, oh no, this is a black only thing. No, that's not like yes, but then no at the same time. Like what I mean by that is that yes,
I don't mind or like the pride shows too, where everyone's a member of the community. I think that's a good thing to have every now and then.
Yeah, I mean, like it's like I said, like like where everyone, like I said, like we still gonna have ourselves. Like everyone will be welcome. Like I mean, even if there's a black owned, or maybe if there's gay owned, whatever the case may be, everyone is still welcome. That's the whole thing.
Yeah.
So
oh no, you're like welcome to come watch, participate, stuff like that. Or right. I think it'd be even hilarious if like all black owned or all gay owned thing, and then the white dude is the heel. Like you can come in, but you can only be this stereotype.
That'll be so. I mean, for a show, but don't do it too long. But they'll be like,
no, that's the worker in me. That's the worker in me. You got to give it back. You got to give it back.
Oh no!
They're like, we have your outfit. You're like, what is it? They just pull out the white robe, and you're like, come on, man. They're like, hey, you're getting jumped. Sorry, Hogan.
Oh damn! Gonna be looking just like that meme.
Yeah. You're taking a beat in the night. You're gonna be a jobber. This is your gimmick. Gotta give it back. You gotta give it back. You know who? Speaking of like gimmicks and characters that were so different, and being a person of color under it, that I truly loved the Camp Leapfrog, because I honestly think it was the first like black luchador I've ever seen where it was like that stuff. Common MK.
Oh yeah.
I thought he was so good. I loved him. Yeah. I haven't seen him since Camp Leapfrog, but I thought that character was super dope. The luchador mask that kind of had like a psychosis look to it, with the dreads coming out the back. Like I was like, this is sick.
Yeah, I think he's about to I think Carmen, because I know he's still wrestling. I think he's wait, did he win the championship up in Summit, PA?
Did he?
Mistaken? Yeah, I think he did. Is either that or he got a contendership for a championship, but I think he is champion. Yeah, but Kanye K, another guy who I definitely respect and definitely like, really cool with in the business. So he's really dope that he he still like ran to his guns and stuff like that. I know he used to drive like all the way from DC all the way to the Philly to train at one point. So to see him where he's at now, man, I can always be very proud of him and stuff. And I remember he was doing like that. Yeah, and I remember he was doing like the musical stuff and everything. And like now to see him where he's at, I mean, it's just really cool just to see people who I, was in the trenches with now are getting their, they're getting their flowers, they're getting
they're breaking the mold, they're doing what they want to do, they're not falling in any traps and stuff like that. I love that. All right, well, so let's talk about little adversities and setbacks. What are some things you have dealt with so far in your career when it comes to the adversities and setbacks?
I think it's well, okay. For one, I think it's pride. Pride is like one of the setbacks, especially when it comes to certain companies and stuff. Like, for instance, like I've been very skeptical to go into this one particular place, but I know my boys are there, but I'm not going to be, I'll be thinking to myself, I don't really want to go there, but at the same time, I don't want to let them down because I'm cool with them. Yeah. And that's something that I have to like really like understand, like, at the end of the day is a business, but at the same time, like you don't want to burn bridges with those who built that bridge with you. So
now we're not going to say names or anything like that, but is it a situation where you may not fall morally or in line with the company's views or past discretions, or what turns you off from the promotion?
It's just the fact that like, it's like, I don't know if they do research or, know like who this person is and stuff. Because that's just one thing that's like kind of throwing me off with certain promotions. It's like, I feel like the bookers don't really necessarily see who they book. And when they do book them, they don't like, oh, where you from? This and the third. And like, they don't do no Google searches and stuff. So it's like, I feel like I have to go in there and I have to tell them and show them and stuff. Because I mean, yes, I know that's what we're supposed to do, but at the same time, you want to have some reassurance to where, like, all right, I want to know what this person is about and see what I'm dealing with, so I can have a general idea who I'm booking and who I can place this person with.
And as a rostered member of that, this is the same thing I struggled with. I walked away from a lot of paydays because I go to a locker and I go, man, I love 80% of people here, but there's 10% that I'm like, man, I know who you are. I've known what you're about, and you're not the greatest person, and my brand is on the line with your brand. And I'm also someone who's very stands for on the, if someone in the locker room doesn't make you feel comfortable, there's probably a reason for that, and you should have the justification to say, hey, that person makes me uncomfortable, and that sometimes starts drama and beef. And it's just like, well, do I go there and just keep my mouth shut and be uncomfortable, or do I just not go? So I definitely know where you're coming from.
Yeah, and I think it also too is that I don't know who, like, how I say, it's like every time when I be like going to these places and I do be helping out these people and stuff like that, like when they, like if they are like setting up the ring or if they breaking down the ring, I'm still helping them out. I'm shaking hands, I'm trying to network with them and stuff like that, and they be like, oh, just keep in touch and such and such, and like no one really gets me like the like who I have to talk to. So now I feel like I'm just talking to the talents and all, but I'm not talking to the promoter. I'm not talking to the booker. Like no one's like leading me to the right direction, or no one's not even putting their names in and be like, like, yeah, this guy, you should check him out. He helped us out with the ring and stuff, but at the same time, he looks like physically built, so he got to have something. Like no one's, it's like no one doesn't really necessarily like, pitch in when you try to pitch in.
No, definitely. I definitely see that. Yeah. So you've been here for a minute. You're up and down when it comes to, adversities and everything we talked about. Have you feel like you hit your peak, or have you had a peak in your career?
Oof.
Because I don't think anyone ever hits a peak and keeps going. That's not what a peak is. A peak is you hit a peak, you have a little bit of a down. A peak, like that's just the business. That's entertainment. Have you think you hit any spot where you're like, I hit a top point here?
I feel like I just got to a checkpoint. That's what I basically feel like. I mean, like,
you hit a safe point?
I feel like I reached to a checkpoint because I'll put it like this. All right, I always say like my first year, which was I believe I believe it was 2021. Yeah, that's my first year. That's when I debuted, and I wasn't really getting as much bookings because, of course, I didn't know how to like network and stuff. And then 2022 happened, and that's when I was got into HCW and stuff, and everything was going well and all. Then 2023 happened, and this is how I think this was like the moment where I had to regain myself, because this is where a lot of a lot of past, not past, but like a lot of problems, pertaining to like my personal life had like screwed me over a bit, and I had started taking more initiative. And in 2024, which was last year, I felt like it was the busiest year I was as a wrestler, because by the time I got to 2024, I only had like 41, I had like 41 or 39 matches. And then by the time of right now, I had at least 101 matches now. So I felt
wait, how many matches you had? 101 matches in 2024?
No. In 2024, like I got to like I only had like in 2024 like completely like only had like 39 matches done. But
really?
Then so only it was like
I thought I seen you more in 2024 than ever, which is good.
I said 20, so 2024, like I said before, like I had at least, I would say, so I would say like 50, like I would say like 59 or 50, like I would say like 59 or 61 matches in 2024. That's basically like it was an increase.
Yeah.
Like, so it's like I feel like I'm like at a checkpoint now, because now I'm starting to get myself more assertive to where if I feel as though if I'm just sitting at home and somebody like, yo, Al, this is happening, such and such, you need to grab your stuff, get over here. I get my stuff, I put it back in the trunk, I drive. Like that's basically what it is now. Like I think what have happened was in the past is that I was so hesitant, and on top of that, I didn't have the natural resources to get where I need to go. But now I got a car. I say, hey, I got nobody in here. So yeah.
Towards the end of 2024, I feel like you were really starting to that those light bulb moments were starting to happen for you, where you're starting to find yourself more as a talent because you're getting those reps. Reps are everything. Yeah. You can go to training, you can go and have training matches and stuff like that, but getting in front of a crowd, feeling a crowd, getting to a crowd on a more consistent basis where they see you more as a talent and you're not just in for one show out and then you're in here for a show out. Like PPW is a great example where I'll give you a lot of love. I watched you go from the Golden Terror, where you were completely uncomfortable and you definitely weren't yourself, to the beginning stages of Al Deniro, and then becoming, you're still a support player. I'm not saying this to be disrespectful, but you're still that support player in PPW under Havoc, which I think is good for you. I think but those support roles are still giving you roles and giving you those reps. And I think the more you keep doing that and the crowd is feeding into you, you're learning how to play into the crowd more. You're finding yourself as a character, how to stand, how to conduct yourself. Like, I think 2025 is the year you start putting those pieces together. Like, you now have the puzzle out the box. You started to build your frame, and now you're starting to fill in the middle.
Yeah, I mean, I feel the same way too. Like, it's like, because the thing is that even though they paired me with Havoc, and me and Havoc, we go way back, because when I was like coming up, Havoc was there, so he saw me through the grind. He saw me do this, that, and the third, and to work with him is a pleasure, absolutely. 2025, I feel as though like it's going to be definitely dope, because I mean, like, we got a little bit of that magic in 2024, and now 2025 is going to be a lot more magical. And like you mentioned before, it's good to be like the support, stuff like that. And I really hope that, supporting enough to where they be like, okay, now we're going to see if you can actually go, be on your own on this one. So we'll see what happens. But I mean, I'm going to still do what I do, but hey, it's just a matter of time.
Listen, the best analogy is look at The Rock. Mm-hmm. Nobody understood Rocky Maivia. That was his golden terror. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. The fans hated him. They didn't want nothing to do with him. He joined the Nation of Domination and then found himself. And it was off to the races. You know what I mean? Yeah. It just takes you finding yourself, being true to yourself, and being what you want to be.
Yeah, because I feel like everybody just thinks to themselves when they get in there, be like, oh, no, I got to be this and be that. No, you got to play ball. No, I'm not going to play ball. Like, it's like how I say.
Your character may be something you never even thought you were going to be, and it just fits naturally to you.
Yeah, I was like thinking to myself that I had to be like a strong, silent type and stuff like that. And I was like, but strong and silent types, yeah, you can do the the movement and stuff like that. But like, you ain't gonna have, you ain't gonna have no manager. No, you're gonna have to speak for yourself at one point.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah. So I was thinking to myself, like, how would I talk? How would I, move people and stuff like that? And I was like, you know what? All right, let me just give this a shot. So, yeah.
When people say my character is just me turned to 11, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But sometimes the best characters are the complete opposite of what you are as a real person. Like, if you look at Adam Cole is a great scumbag. But in real life, he's a sweetheart. You know what I mean? Like, you ever watch his streams and his Twitches? He's a great human. But on camera, he is good at pissing people off. He's good at being smug and arrogant. That's not him turned to 11. That's the opposite of him. And I think too many younger people think, well, this is my personality. This is what I like. I'm into pop culture. I'm into this. I like guitars, so I'm going to be a rock and roll character. And I'm just going to be me turned to 11. And sometimes just realistically, you're not that interesting. So maybe you turn to 11 is just you even more not interesting. Try something else. Find and that's where a good coach and a good mentor and a good giving people those reps to go figure things out. Turn somebody like another person. I'll put over Big Calix.
That's my guy. I love Big Calix. Love that guy.
But when you meet Big Calix outside that mask, he's a completely different human being.
Exactly, man. Exactly. I mean, I remember I think last time I saw him was we all went to the AEW show that was in I believe it was either in Reading, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I think it was in Reading. Yeah, that was the last time I saw him. But
you see his announcement? He's taking bookings again.
Yeah, man. I'm glad for him, man. I'm really proud of him, man. I'm definitely can't wait to see him again. Hope that either work with him or work against him. Hey, man, listen. I love me some Calix, man.
Yeah, Travis Norbert. You talk to Travis Norbert out of character, you're like, who is this guy? Like, so it is finding your place. Are you going to be U-turn to 11, or are you going to come out of your comfort zone and try something different? And I think that's the joy of professional wrestling, is seeing that character development, and it's fun. It's more than just being the athletic and hitting the gym and stuff. You have to mentally put yourself into a character and think, like, how would this character react to this? Not me. How would the character react to this? Yeah. But then also be willing to kill a bit of yourself, because when you do something that you're not comfortable with, but your character would do, that's a conflict. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I think that's how everybody would look at me too, because like they see me, they be like, "Yo, why you always angry this and the third out there, but backstage and all that stuff, you calm, you cool, you a vibe." I'm like, yeah. That's what I am. I'm just a vibe. I'm chilling. I'm calm. I'm a sweetheart. That's.
I love it. Yeah, it's so good. What are some key moments or accomplishments that you've had in your career so far?
Man,
and it doesn't always have to be between the ropes.
Wow. First and foremost, to be around in the backstage area of an actual real live productional type of thing. Like, I mean, I wasn't like in ROH and stuff like that, but like when I went to MLW, and I seen like how would I say, like how they fully product a show. And I looked at it, I'm like, wow. Because I mean, they had, of course, you have us like set up the ring and stuff like that, but then you see them bring in their own camera crew, their own people like to hold the lights. Then they had, the writers and stuff like that. They had papers and all that stuff. And then you see the agents, which, seeing a couple of people who I, seen like, either in training and stuff, like some of them were agents and stuff. And I was like, wow. And then they were just like going through the whole things and like, all right, this is what you should say. This is how you should say it. This is how, you should go here and there and stuff. So that was pretty cool. Like, I mean, I remember when Alex Kane had won the MLW Heavyweight Championship, that was, to me, was kind of dope. And to be part of that was just amazing. That was, to me, like a cool behind moment that's like stuck in my brain. To see how all that happened and like then be part of that, that was really dope. That was really cool.
You and Bougie were part of that, right?
Yeah. Me, Bougie, DM Kidrick, Faye Jackson, dang, who else was in there too? Prince Piranha was there. Tiberius Asante was there. Like we all was there. Like it was amazing, man. It was really dope. That was pretty sick. Cool. Yeah, that was really dope. That was one of them. Another one is when I was at the Red Rose Rumble and I shared the same ring with Shark Boy. That to me, like, I would never in my years. I was like, yo, listen, I don't know how, I don't know when, but somebody from TNA, I will be in the same ring with somebody that was from TNA. And it was Shark Boy. Yeah. And Shark Boy used to crack me up every single time. Like, give me a couple of clam juice and you better get out of here, you stupid son of a bitch. Like, it cracked me up every time. But to be in the same ring with that man. Is
Shark Boy still the same Shark Boy from TNA?
Like, I mean, it was the same Shark Boy, but he's like, he's, how I say, sadly, like he had to tone down a little bit. Yeah, he's not as much athletic as he usually be. But
I didn't know if Shark Boy. I don't know much. I know of Shark Boy, but I didn't know if Shark Boy was one of those gimmicks where, because I don't like to research who's under the mask unless it's kind of told to me. But like the character Suicide, you don't know who. Like that character has been portrayed by so many different people. And when you see Suicide, like the Patriot has been 4 other people. Doink the Clown has been other people. I didn't know if Shark Boy was the same Shark Boy the whole way through, or if other people have picked up the mask. So it's cool to hear that it's still the OG guy.
Yeah, it was the OG Shark Boy because he would talk about how, like, yeah, man, I still had to, like, take care of business when they did the damn Lava Girl and Shark Boy business. So I'm glad I got my name and stuff like that. I was like, wow. I was like, oh, so that was a real thing. Like, and then I did my research. I was like, would I be damned? Like, he had to literally go toe to toe with a movie, which sadly it was the dude that played I don't know, the dude from Twilight. I never watched Twilight, but
the werewolf guy, right?
Yeah, he was Shark Boy in that damn movie. But anyway, yeah, it was the original OG Shark Boy, so that was kind of cool. The wrestle in the baseball stadium, and I kind of wish that I was able to get I wish I was kind of able to get one of my nieces and nephews there, but it's gonna be like a multiple times where I could get like the rest of my family there.
And then how many times has your family come to like to a wrestling show? How often does that actually happen?
If it's in Philadelphia, that's the only time they'll come to a show. I feel like the only one that been consistently coming.
Slatington's not that far from Philly.
Listen, look, I'm the only one driving. Nobody's not gonna be driving. Like that's basically how it is.
Oh, so they're like city to the point where like they get on public transportation. They don't like a car. Like for being from our part of Pennsylvania, where you need a car to get everywhere, and then you've talked to someone from the city, and you're like, I've never owned a car my whole life. I don't even have a license. You're like, what? You're like, I don't need one in New York. like
if I listen, like I'll say like this, like if I ever got a booking in Pittsburgh, I feel like my mom and my sisters will definitely go to Pittsburgh because they live in Johnstown, which is like an hour and 30 something minutes. My father, on the other hand, he's homegrown. I don't see him going out of Philadelphia as much. But when we was having shows at when HCW was having shows in on Delaware Avenue, he came by and he did see me like have a couple matches and stuff like that. So that was cool. But yeah, like the only ones that been seen me in matches was my dad.
Interesting. Good to know that to get your family to come to a show, it needs to be in Philly. I may know some things coming up that I'll see if I can get your name on a card.
Hey, listen, man. Look, I definitely can grab everyone because I know everybody. That's the one thing that everyone keeps saying. Everyone keeps saying, "Dang, if it was a Philly, I would have came." I'm like, "Oh, is that right?"
Okay.
And I'll be just getting that same. I've been getting the same line from everybody, family, friends, co-workers, everybody.
I
Like,
will I will make it my mission. I can't say it's going to happen or not, but I will make it my mission. There's a show coming up in Philly that I'm aware
mm,
of. I may not be able to participate in it because I don't know if I'm going to be able to get off work because of this new weekend shift, which sucks because I
mm.
really want to be part of the show. But I will make it a point that I will talk to the powers that be and get you on a car that will be in Philadelphia. I don't know what your spot will be. You may be in a rumble or a multi-man,
Hmm.
which those aren't always the most fun, but you will be on a card in Philly. I will try my best.
Well, we'll see what happens. Yeah, we'll see.
Have faith in me. I've put together
Okay.
crazier. Um, Here's a new question that someone said to me. They're like, here's a question to ask wrestlers, and you're the first person I'm going to ask this to. So you're my trial.
All right, let's go.
What is your favorite and least favorite type of fan?
Ooh, okay, all right. So so I believe my favorite type of fan is the ones like and I might just saying this because I'm being biased, but the ones who understands wrestling, and then when the show is done and stuff, they still respect you. Like those type of fans are like if I'm a heel and I'm you cursing me out, you're saying this, that, and the third, and I don't take it personally, because I'm doing my job. Like I'm pissing you off to a fact to where you're about to run out of fumes in your throat to where you got to get yourself a lozenge or a drink, whatever. And then at the end of the show, you see me with my bag and you see me and stuff like that, and you come up to me and you like, yeah, nice show, this at the third. And I know you was like that heckle or whatever. Hey, listen, it's all love at the end of the day. I'm cool with that and all. Those are my favorite ones. My favorite ones because like they love like I said, they love the show.
They buy in but understand.
Exactly. They buy in, but they understand. My least favorite ones, that's the one's gonna be tricky. It's out of the actually I got two. It's either the least ones is the very touchy ones, the ones that just touch so damn much and like chill. Like there's no need for you to like try to caress me and stuff like that. Like, come on, I don't even have a girlfriend yet. Like, what are you doing? Like, this is making me feel uncomfortable. Like I may be like smiling now, but inside my brain, I'm like, yo, somebody please get somebody, somebody get this woman off me, man. Like, like I'm not trying to say anything disrespectful and all, but get the fuck off me. Like that's literally
I seen a wrestler, another very attractive young black man wrestler at a show, and this woman was doing stuff that if a man was doing to a female talent, we would have removed from the building. And he's like, yo, the girl kept looking at me like, why are you still here? And I was like, I'm just hanging out. And she's like, we're talking, we're fine. I go, I'm just hanging out. And he just like gave me the look like, thank you. And then like I'm like, hey, we have to get in the back, man. We have a meeting. And he's like, oh, okay. And I pulled him out of there. He's like, thank you so much. Like it was rough. And this talent is such a sweetheart that he would have done anything. Like he was giving them his time. He was being very respectful and loving, but they were too much. Like they were, like I'm saying, if this was the opposite way and that was a female talent and a male talent, it was uncomfortable.
Yeah, and that's just the thing, man. Like, I mean, and this is what I'm trying to say. I mean, listen, uncomfortable. It's uncomfortable for both genders. Okay.
Yeah.
Like women, they don't like getting grabbed on the booty and the chesticles. They don't like that. Men, we don't like getting caressed on our chests and trying to touch our knob. No, chill. Like this is not a gentleman's club. This is not the the strip club for men or women. Like this is a wrestling show. Like we got children here. All right. Like this is not the this is not the FTK situation. You can't say to them kids, I'm gonna get my bill on. No, it doesn't work like that. No, gotta chill out with that. Stop that. And the other one is the ones who will be literally trying to dissect every single thing, and they're not even a goddamn wrestler. Like, just just enjoy the show. Vibe out. Try to have you were talking about some. Nah, that doesn't make any sense. This, that, and the third. And I'm like, okay, maybe not, but it's entertaining. Like we're all here to escape from reality. This is our escapism. This is us to help you not think about what's going on out there. This is for you to, I say, unwind down, laugh, cry, get angry, smile, like, applaud or boo. Like, this is us for you to feel like, all right, okay, cool. This is awesome. This is a really dope show. But you don't just sit there and be like, all right, first and foremost, why did she's like 5'5"? How's she lifting up somebody that's like 5'11" and he's not even, he's not even that big, but he's not, she can't be lifting him up and stuff like what? Come on now, what are you doing? You're trying to make you trying to put one and two things ahead, and everybody else is having a good time. You busy there, just sitting there, just looking like, really, El? Really? Yeah. Like, come on, man. Yeah, those are the ones I know. Like,
I love that question staying on the rotation. I like that one. Mm-hmm. Who are some influences or role models that you have?
Oh man, shoot. All right, it's gonna be in and out of the business on this one. So for influences, definitely. Well, for one, I know a lot of people be giving this man. Actually, no, everyone loves this man, but pretty much he's kind of is sort of the inspiration to these dreadlocks and everything. But Booker T is one of them. I really like how Booker T had, I would say, like, of course, his backstory. Of course, he was a troubled youth, this, that, the third, and then when he got himself into wrestling, everything changed because he realizes that there's more than life than just doing what you got to do. But then when he realized that doing this is going to help you provide for the family and stuff, and it's going to excel you to more places and all, it's going to get you there. The same thing like with Dustin Rhodes, another person that I like. That's why I was so happy when Goldust and Booker T was a tag team. But that's another person.
I want Goldust in 2025. I know his contract's coming up, and there's rumors that he might come back and just do one run and just retire and be Hall of Famer in WWE. But could you imagine Goldust in 2026?
That would be nuts. That would be absolutely nuts. I'll welcome it. I'll welcome it, to be truthfully honest with you. That'd be like
he's not going to get heat the same way he got heat in the past. Because in the past, how we talked about before, people using slurs and saying things in a certain aspect, that no one cares like that anymore in 2026. So if his whole gimmick is he's kind of androgynous, it'd be interesting to see how, like, he would be a complete babyface.
Yeah, and on top of that, if he's the Goldust that he was when I think it was 2016 or 2015? If he was the Goldust of then, because which is all natural now, but if he keeps that consistent, because that was the one I love that one because it was like he got I think this is when I guess he orchestrated in the yoga, like in the DDP yoga and stuff like that. So that's when he got more agile. He got more with and stuff like that. Everybody was like, "Damn, did he turn the clock?" I'm like, hey, I didn't think he was that old. Like, dude was going and moving, doing what he was doing. So if he would do that, that'd be dope.
We need a Golden Truth tag team run in 2025.
That will be crazy.
Him and R-Truth, Goldust and R-Truth in 2025 making the tag team run. Yeah. Sign me up.
Yeah. So so I got Booker T, Goldust. Keith Lee is one of them because he's a big guy, but he can move the way he can move. Like, because I know that was one thing that a lot of people keep saying is that when you're this particular stature, you have to be this particular stature. But he was able to move and to get himself into positions to where they're like, okay, a guy this size shouldn't be moving the way he's moving, but he made it work.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just something like, we were just talking about, when you're finding yourself and stuff like that, you got to roll with your world with. And that's what he rolled with. He rolled with it and stuff like that. And then, of course, learning his backstory when he was, sleeping in his car and stuff and stuff like that. And his, his fall from grace, but then get himself back to where he needs to be. It just say he just kept himself with this this humble moment to where it's like, I'm still going to, I'm not going to forget where I come from, and I'm still going to thrive to be the best that I can be. So looking at those guys when they do that, it's really dope. Then shoot, when it comes to the entertainment part, there's like so many. There's so many. Denzel Washington is one of my inspirations. One of them. He's definitely one of them. I love me some Denzel Washington, man, because it's like everything he say is how would these kids say it? Is a bar. Everything he say is a bar. Like, this one thing that he said was, I remember somebody asked him this question, and they was asking him like, what like when you're trying to get yourself up in the world, what is the things you can do? And he was like, well, for one, Always know how to act on stage. Don't rely on social media. Put it down. Shut it off. Read, learn, listen, relax, and do better. He said the first part of your life you learn, the second part of your life you earn, the third part of your life you return.
What
that's a bar, like literally.
What's your Mount Rushmore of Denzel movies? You got 4.
Oh, okay. Oh, all right. So American Gangster is up there.
That's on my list too.
All right. Then you have Training Day.
That's number 2. That's easy.
Number 3, Remember the Titans.
I'm with you.
And okay, hold on, wait a minute. So
is it clean sweep?
Hey, hold on a second. So what did I say before? I said Training Day, American Gangster, Remember the Titans, and wait a minute.
The first movie that I openly cried in front of a room full of me and a bunch of grown men bawled our eyes out. One person didn't want to cry in front of everybody. He got up and ran to the bathroom so he can cry.
Ooh, man, I'm trying to think
Denzel.
about it. Is it John Q?
John Q.
Oh man, yeah, because John Q, he was really in there, man. But yeah, that's my 4 right there. Dude was man. He was doing whatever he needed to do to save his son. Like it's just every time, man. It's like every time you see Denzel,
he was Luigi on before Luigi.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care what nobody say. Okay, you can't tell me nothing. Okay, I'm not going to bury my son. My son's going to bury me.
Yep.
That's exactly how it is every time.
So good.
The quiver and stuff. And then of course, Al Pacino, Robert De Niro. I love those guys. They're like, inspirations and stuff. I mean, for Robert De Niro, I always love like all the characters he played because he played serious characters, the non-serious characters and stuff. Al Pacino was always go ahead.
I always turn on Bad Grandpa with De Niro, with him and Zac Efron, because he's so different. It's so funny. And Aubrey Plaza trying to bang him the whole movie is hilarious.
Oh my god, I gotta sit down and watch that movie because I don't think I've ever seen Bad Grandpa. Oh man, I don't think I've seen that one. Yeah, I don't think I've seen that one. I haven't seen that one, but
so crazy.
Yeah, I kept seeing clips of it, and I'm like, yo, I gotta sit down and watch this, but I never got a chance to watch it, so I definitely gotta watch it. That's
please do it. Report back. It's awesome.
Oh man. And then of course Al Pacino. I mean, he had a lot of great movies and stuff. I mean, for everything he do, it's always a hit. From freaking Heat, Every Given Sunday. Wait, was it Every Given Sunday? If I'm not mistaken, I think it is Every Given Sunday. And then of course, my favorite one of all time, Scarface.
Devil's Advocate.
Yeah, Devil's Advocate. I mean, that was a crazy movie.
Heat.
Carlito's Way. Carlito's Way, like the man really just like he never missed either. Like that's why it's still crazy that he's alive and well and stuff like that. But like I still like was shocked when both of them two was having children at the age. I'm like, y'all need to chill. What are y'all doing here?
That scene from Heat where him and De Niro sit across from each other and they do that monologue.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
crazy.
It's one of the best lines. It's one of the best scenes in cinema history.
Yeah, most definitely. But yeah, man, those are like my inspirations, man. They always stick with me every single time.
Yeah. What are some hobbies or interests you have outside of professional wrestling, or what, like when you're unwinding, what are we doing?
Oh man, if we're not wrestling, shoot, we are playing a crap load of video games. Like as you can see in the background, I got like a whole plethora there. You probably see like Xbox One games, GameCube games, PlayStation 2. I got 64, Dreamcast, another PlayStation, a couple of PlayStation games. I guess the only one I missed. Oh, actually, no, I got Switch games too. Like I got a whole bunch. Like it's just crazy in here.
What are you working on right now?
I can't stop playing Marvel Rivals. Marvel Rivals, for some reason, is like crack. Literally.
Is it like a turn-based game?
Oh no. So okay, if you're familiar with Overwatch.
Oh, okay. I know.
Yeah, okay. So Overwatch is like a first person, but the thing is like everybody has different elements and different like characteristics and stuff. So Marvel Rivals is a third person. It's a third person PvP play. It's free. That's the best thing. That's the key word of it. It's free. And then on top of that, so yeah, it's free. And the only thing is that of course the only thing I say is troubling is that you got to find yourself a really good team. Because you will play with a bunch of randos, and you got some randos that understand the assignment.
So you're not walking around with a gun. You're using your actual character's abilities as your like. So Wolverine's walking around clawing people.
Exactly. Wolverine, he's walking around with his claws. If you're playing with freaking Winter Soldier, he got a 3 shot. I think that's a shotgun. If you're playing with the Punisher, he got a shotgun, then he got an assault rifle. If you're playing with Black Widow, she got 2 batons, and then she got a sniper rifle. If you're playing with freaking let's see, Animal Warlock.
Installing right now. I'm in.
If you got Animal Warlock, he's basically a supporter, so he got his staff with shoots and stuff like that. If you're
How many characters did they put in this?
Oh man, they started off with I think like 30 plus people.
Really?
So, yes. So you have Captain America, you got Black Panther, you got Winter Soldier, you have Hela, you have Thor, you have Loki, you have Spider-Man.
Yo, they put old man Magneto in it with the white beard.
They got Magneto, they got Storm, they got Cloak and Dagger.
Yo, I like the way they made the characters look. They made them look different too. They kind of gave them their own little different. It looks like a Fortnite map too.
Yeah, no, there is 3 banes of my existence when it comes to this.
Oh, you might.
There are 3 characters.
Yo, look at Black Panther. He looks sick.
There are 3 characters that I have a bane of existence with, and I'm gonna tell you this now, because when you play it, you're gonna be looking like, oh my god, I was right. I hate these bastards. Now I'm gonna tell you who they are. Number 1, Scarlet Witch. I dislike Scarlet Witch so bad because the fact is that she used witchcraft. So her powers is unlimited. So she can literally suck the life source out of you while you're trying to run and beat her. And then when you're trying to defeat her, she can disappear into like a little ball, like for like a couple of seconds. And you have to like pay attention and follow her, because if you don't, she'll probably mess around, turn around, and get a KO from you. Then number 2.
I'm so excited to try this.
Number 2 is Iron Fist. Oh my lord!
Wait, they put Iron Fist in this game.
They put Iron Fist in here, but it's not Danny Rand, but his name is Lou something. But I guess he's like the OG freaking Iron Fist. But either way, he's a bane of my senses because all he do is hands, straight hands. He just, and you doing everything to hit him. If you ain't got somebody like who can just go some crazy headshots, you're going to get knocked out really quickly. And the third person. Not actually a person. It's Jeff the freaking Shark. They got Jeff the Shark on this game. He's adorable. He's cute. But he's a bane of my damn existence. I swear to God, because every single time I see this shark, and once I hear yummy, you have to look around and see, yo, wait, where's he at? And then he swallows you whole. All pun intended. He swallows you whole, and he even can spit you off the map or goes off the map, sacrificing himself with everybody on there. And if you understand the assignment, like when you have Jeff the Shark and somebody has Wanda and that person has Jeff the Shark and he does his ultimate, and then Wanda about to do her ultimate when she does the like acceleration thing, like when on Age of Ultron when she found out that Quicksilver died and she just obliterated everything that was around her, she does that as her ultimate. So if you have Jeff the Shark and you swallow all the damn enemies and she about to do her art and he spit everybody to Wanda, that's gonna be like the disrespectful alley-oop of all time.
Oh my goodness! I'm so stoked to play this. You just stoked me, dude. What console are you on?
I'm on Xbox actually.
Me too.
Yeah,
we got. You need to DM me your gamer tag. You need to walk me through my first couple games of this game.
Yeah, this is definitely crazy, man. It's definitely crazy and sick, man.
I'm looking at a photo now. It looks like Loki legit has a chariot, like Doctor Strange. Groot looks so cool. So does Rocket. Like I love the art style of the characters.
Yeah, I really like what they did with the art styles. The art styles is absolutely magnificent. I mean, at first, what was it? At first, I was almost started off at Wolverine, but like because Wolverine,
and it's a Marvel game that like they can put. They have like there's no barriers between characters. Like Spider-Man's up in there. The X-Men are up in there. Like they're not doing no Marvel cinematic stuff where only certain people are allowed to be used. It looks like everybody's up in this game.
Yeah, everyone is up for grabs. I mean, hell, they got Venom in there too. So I mean, like to me, it's like they don't have no restrictions because it's like a legitimate Marvel game. And to me, this was actually the smartest thing that I believe that Marvel ever done. Like I feel as though when it comes to the Game Awards of 2025, Marvel Rivals is definitely going to be in the category as the best PvP game.
It is
off the jerk.
5 stars across the board and they're like Overwatch is now dead. They're like
Yeah,
at
pretty
every
much.
comment. Oh, so they said great game, but please add Ghost Rider.
Hey, he might pop up on there. And if
Yeah,
he
if it's a game that's
does,
getting popular like this, now does it have like a battle pass where you can earn and unlock more people or do different skins and stuff?
yeah, it definitely has that.
That's sick. I'm in. I don't mind if a game is free and you're like, hey, we have a skin that you can add, or it doesn't make your gameplay better, but it kind of gives you a different visual, but you can drop a couple bucks to keep keep us paying our employees to keep updating the game. Like Fortnite, it never felt like they duped me. Fortnite, like I buy skins all the time. I drop a couple $100 every couple months in a Fortnite because they keep giving me more things that I'm excited for.
I couldn't get into Fortnite. I mean, I tried it. And then like Fortnite just
maybe you know what I'm excited for right now? You know what's on the middle of the mat on Run Night Raw right now?
What was that?
Fortnite. If we get a WWE Fortnite collaboration where I can run a CM Punk and shoot people,
oh my lord!
I can watch Rhea Ripley like brutality people. Like I'm in.
Putting everybody in a riptide, just jumping in the air, just hitting people with a riptide, and then doing her damn pin.
I'm sold. Oh, I love that so much. So, what are some words of encouragement that you would give to a beginner or someone who wants to chase their dream?
All right. I got you on this one. So, to those who are trying to get themselves into this thing, I would definitely say this. In the beginning, you might ask yourself, why? Like, why am I putting myself through these trials and tribulations? Why do I wake up, go to work, but after work, I'm coming to training and I'm doing like a bunch of push-ups, a bunch of sit-ups, a bunch of running around the dojos or doing jump ropes and all this stuff. It's a matter of discipline, and at the same time, it's a matter of willpower. And we all like it always get tested. Like all of our willpower get tested to the fact to where we like, okay, it's either you want it or you don't want it. And to me, I feel as though like if you really want it, then you fight for what you want. It's always going to be trials and tribulations. It's always going to be There's always going to be obstacles that you have to hurdle or power through. But at the end of the day, your hard work is going to be worth it. You have to want it in order for you to get what you want. Like there's no easy pass, and like you have to like literally put in the efforts as everything because my father always told me that everything is not given. It's not a given. It's not a given game. Yeah, it's not a given game. You have to go in there. You have to put in the work.
I think too, a lot of people misconstrue pro wrestling that like if you get into wrestling and you don't become a champion or that someone doesn't put a title around your waist or you don't go and win every single match you're in, that you're failing at your industry. And that's because you're looking at professional wrestling wrong. Pro wrestling, a win is the fact that you went to the gym. Everything you just said, you went to the gym, you put your body through the bumps, you put your body through the training, you've earned the respect of your peers, you've earned the respect of your coaches that they say you're safe enough to not go and hurt someone else because visually you're trying to hurt somebody in front of a live crowd, but realistically you're trying to be as safe as possible while looking like you're doing so. But a win is a fan interacting with you. A win is a fan buying into what you're doing. A win is a fan hating you or loving you, or the fact that someone thought you were good enough that they pay you money and book you on a show to come perform for them. And even if you go out and lose every single match you're in, you wrestled 100 matches. You just said I wrestled 60 matches in 1 year. You go and wrestle 60 matches. That's 60 that's probably 30 matches more than somebody else probably did because you earned that spot to be at those places.
Yeah, you hit the nail on the head. I mean, you don't have to win all those matches. I mean, I haven't won all those matches. I mean, some I lost, but at the same time, it was all about having everyone invested. Like, because that's at the end of the day, that's where you get the love. That's where you get the hate. But the fact is that you're in their minds and they're thinking about you and they respect the craftsmanship that you are doing. As long as you leave that narrative and you don't have all these selfish ambition things with you and stuff, if you leave that at the door, you could be like 100 times greater than what you think you are. That's what I can say. Like if you can just get rid of that, that ego, if you could just put that in the jar, put that by sea, or put that in the chest or something, leave it with Dio from freaking JoJo Bizarre World, whatever the case may be. Leave your ego at the door. Because if you can get everybody behind you, you're going to succeed every single time.
Yeah. And then the last question before we get your plugs and stuff in, what are you grateful for? And are you currently happy?
Whew. I mean, I'm happy, but I wish I could be happier, but I mean, I'm happy, but I'm grateful for like just, I don't want to get religious here, but I'm thankful for God for, let me wake up every single day and do what I do now. Like I could say this a million times and I'll say it again. I could have been somewhere at the bottom of a bottle somewhere. Like when I was in that hiatus, I will admit this, and I can say this with 100% gratitude here. Like I was partying, drinking, wasn't even thinking about wrestling until my friends and my family was just telling me, like, yo, this is something, like this is an opportunity for you here, man. You better hurry up before this window closes. And I'm just very grateful that those people that was around me, they believed in me, and those who are not here, but they're watching over me, but those who are here, they're still, cheering me on from afar. I was like talking to one of my friends. He was like asking me, like, yo, Al, you home and all that stuff? Like, this was like yesterday. He was asking me, like, if I'm home and all, like, while I watch the game, and I'm like, no, I'm doing a recording, such and such. He was like, all right, bro, keep doing what you're doing, man. Make sure you kick somebody's head off for me. I was like, oh, thanks. But the fact to have a support system to where it's families and friends who really cares about you and they love the vision that you want to get. I mean, I'm just grateful to have those type of people with me, because there's a lot of people who would just look at you and just think to yourself that whatever you thinking about is just a worthless dream. It's not a worthless dream. It's a grateful reality for me. I'm just happy to be here. I'm happy to do more things and continue to do more things. And when it all pays off, like I'm just going to be just sitting back at it like wow, like I really came a long way. And I'm just very grateful, just very happy for that particular moment. I mean,
I'm in your corner, brother. You work so hard. You're such a good person. Like I said, I love talking wrestling. I love talking pop culture with you. You're just someone I'm genuinely be happy to be around. It's funny because, like I said, we went to the AEW show and we're all kind of just sitting there. And Lily's like, "There's Al," and I look over. He was in line, like getting his ticket scanned. I didn't care. I ran right through the ticket line. I gave him a hug.
Yeah, I was like, "Yo, what's up, bro?" I'm like, "Yeah, we here for the show and everything."
I literally broke. Once you're in the ticket line, like you can't go back in the ticket line once you're scanned in. I was like, yo, we're at a wrestling show. We run this place. Like I'm going to give my dude a hug.
Yeah, man. Yeah. It's really awesome, man. And also just grateful to just be around people that, like I said before, like in the beginning of the interview, like I'm just grateful to be with people that I trained with that I'm still cool with to this day. So like when I mentioned about the people before, and it came to like, the Ali or to Abby or to Weber or to Sonny or Mr. Crumbles or Danger Hawk, Razor Hawk, Thunder Hawk, or to freaking Harleen Lopez, to freaking Brew Valen, like everybody that we've been through those car rides and those ring setups and just sitting backstage, just waiting for the time to happen to either go out and do the show or go out there and break down the ring. Like to be in touch with them and to be like, to where we can still like chop it up and talk and have a good time and enjoy our time. I mean, I'm just grateful to be around those people as well, man. I love them.
Such a good all. Such a great list of names. Heart, yeah. Just awesome people. I love them all so much. Where can people find and support you?
Yeah, so if you guys ever want to see, the man you want to be, the man you came to see, the man that aims to please for his own in your pleasure, I definitely will be around, PPW. Other places I'll be probably 3LW, which is a very awesome company that I definitely just love, like fell in love with last year since they started, bringing me in. Also, I'll be in the Monster Factory at times, especially when they be doing their TRLs, their Total Wrestling Lives. I'll be at let's see what else. Where else I be at? Also at Super Crazy. Yes, I'm pretty much, your boy be at Super Crazy. It's pretty dope there too. I mean, those crowds they're actually kind of cool. I kind of love Super Crazy. Super Crazy to me.
I've never been to a show. I got to get out to one.
Yeah, it's really
They're in
dope. It's
Jersey,
really
right?
dope.
They're not too far from H2O. They're like around the same little area.
Yeah. They're pretty much good. It's a good, like, it's a good manageable time where we at. But yeah, I think it's like a 20 something drive. Like, it's pretty cool. I
I
mean,
mean,
it's
for
like,
me, it's like 2.5, but I'm not afraid to get in a car and go. I've been doing
mm,
it forever now.
yeah,
I
it's like
definitely.
South. Mhm.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's like South Jersey, but yeah, it's like not deep South Jersey, but it's like literally like right. I can honestly say when you go across the Walt Whitman Bridge, it's like literally like it's like literally like 5 minutes away after you go over
Okay.
that bridge.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll be there. I'm trying to get myself into other places, so that's basically where I'm doing right now. Like 2024, I felt like was really like the stepping stone, but now it's time to proceed on to 2025. Like, I want to be in those positions, like in the places that I'm at now, but also it's time to branch out to other places. So
Yeah.
that's basically what I'm trying to do.
And you got this shit, man. I got faith in you. You're gonna do great things. You're a good human.
Um,
I appreciate you so much for your time. Everyone, make sure you check the links below. Follow him on all social media so you can be up to date with Mr. Al Deniro. Once again, thank you so much. These interviews have been amazing. If you made it this far, screenshot the podcast, put it on social media, say, hey, tell me if you liked it, hated it, whatever it may be. Make sure you do follow, hit that follow, subscribe, share wherever you are. We are on the quest for 10K subs. So if you are watching this on Facebook or High Tension or over on whatever audio platform, come over and give a little subscribe over to the YouTube. Help us grow over here. Share it to some people. Make sure you support Ruta Entertainment, High Tension Wrestling Network, and we'll just continue to keep going. If you want to be on the podcast, you do not need to be just a pro wrestler. I am open to other conversations, musicians, rappers, hip hop, artists, anything. If you have a dream or a story to tell, or you've been through something that you think will help somebody, let's have a conversation. I'm down for it. I'm always interested in a conversation and meeting new people. It is a lot of people chasing their dreams, but like I said, people's stories are inspiring, and that's what I try to do here is show you that regardless of what industry you're in, you hear a story like this and it inspires you to do great things, and don't give up on yourself, because we're just everyday people who are just out here just every now and then making a room full of 100 people happy by making some art. And that's what it's all about. That's going to do it for us, the ABJ podcast. Here's some music by the Converse Kid. We'll see you all next time. We're out of here.